Hey everyone, it's me, Seeger, reporting to you guys from home, and I wanted to talk to you about how we win the battlefield of the mind, and that is by obeying the most important commandment. Jesus was once asked, what is the most important commandment? And he told them, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul. That's the most important commandment. The second is love your neighbor as yourself. We're not talking about that today. We're talking about loving God. Now, the reason that's the most important commandment is because every other commandment is covered if we do this thing. All right? If we love the Lord our God with all our heart, we're not going to make other idols and worship other idols. If we love the Lord our God with all our mind, we're going to be thinking on right things like we're commanded to do in Philippians. And if we love the Lord our God with all our soul, we're not going to be committing our soul to other parts of the world and committing to other things besides God. Because if we love the Lord our God with all our heart, with all our mind, and with all our soul, we are doing the most important commandment. So what does that look like? I wanted to do this to try and help visualize it for you. So this is God. And notice we look like God. God made us like him. Now, I don't think that God looks like a really big person. Like this looks like a big version of these. However, God made us heart, mind, and soul like he is. And so here's how we love him. We have to give him all of everything because we want to give God all we got. So this is us and this is God, but what's this over here? This is other stuff. Now, we love some other stuff. And that's not necessarily bad, but we got to make sure that we give it all to God. If you love video games, and I love video games, I actually recently pre-ordered the new Mario game that's coming out that's 3-in-1. I'm so excited. I think it's going to be fun. I really think I'm going to love that game because I really like 2 of the games on it. But first, we got to give it to God. And part of me loving video games and loving God first is that I know Mario's a safe game to play. It's an appropriate game to play. Same with music. You have to listen to music. That's good. That's loving God with your mind and guarding your heart and guarding your soul. Now let me show you what happens when we get this out of order. Well, we got our heart. And we love God, but you know what? We love our friends more. And we love what our friends think of us more, and so we give our friends a bit of our heart. So we give that to other stuff. Oh no, I am making a mess. Well, it's okay. Sometimes love overflows. And so, you know what? We love our friends, right? We do stuff to make them happy. And, maybe some of that goes against what God has, so that love can't go to both. But then we give it to God, right? All right, well, what do we have next? We have our mind. Like I was talking about earlier, maybe it's not video games or music. Maybe it's TV shows and movies or the books you read. And you love stuff that maybe you shouldn't love that's different than God, whether it's inappropriate and dirty stuff or if it's just stuff that is just really distracting and separating you from God. You give part of your mind to those things and you say, okay, well, I still got a good bit left, so I can give a little more. And you say, okay, yeah, but I'm supposed to love God with all my mind, all right? And then we have our soul. And it's weird to think about what it means to love something with our soul, but really what we really commit to, that's loving things with our soul. So maybe you are really committed to helping others, but you don't put the lens of loving God over that. So you help others do things that are against God, which really isn't helping them at all. Or maybe you are really committed to being known as an important and good person, and you put that first. So then your soul, you say, okay, well, I love some other stuff, but you know what? I know that God deserves it. This is still a lot. This is more than half, so I'm going to love God with my soul. But look what happens. There's not enough here. This isn't full. We're not following the first most important commandment, which is love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul. So what we got to do is we got to make sure that we're not spending our love on things that we shouldn't. We got to make sure that those things go to God, and then this will look like it's supposed to. Now, this would be full to the brim if I didn't spill all over on the table. I don't know if you guys can see, but I got a little mess right here. But that's not the point. The point is that Jesus gave us the first most important commandment. The most important commandment. If you follow this one, you are good. Because if you love the Lord with all your heart, you'll be focused on the right things and doing the right things. If you love the Lord your God with all your mind, you will think the right thoughts and you will learn the right knowledge. And if you love the Lord your God with all your soul, everything will fall into place because we will be putting God first in our decisions, in our thoughts, in who we love, in what we do to show that we love, and in loving other people. So, this week, make sure that you are loving God more than anything, and you are loving God first with your heart, mind, and soul. Even if you do other stuff. Now, loving God with all your mind doesn't necessarily mean you think as you walk through the halls of school or around your house, you're not thinking, I love God, I love God, I love God, I love God. You don't have to do that. But that means that you go to God first, and you only give your mind to things that you know honor God. I hope this made sense, and I hope that this was a good illustration for you guys. And remember, the first most important commandment is to what? Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul. I'll see you guys later. Have a great Sunday.